friends, just a really quick video today on a couple of different molds that we have for sale up on our website and in our Etsy shop. These are round puck or round disc molds with a raised impression. So this is our Angelfish. I've already been making some today, but anyways, so it's going to produce a round puck or disc with a raised impression of whatever your animal or your creature or whatever your design is. It's going to be raised up off of there. So there's the Angelfish, and then there's the baby teddy bear. So we're going to do both of those demos today, show you guys how easy it is to mold and unmold those. And I really like working with these. So these are actually really nice molds for those people who are concerned about whether their molds float or sink to the bottom, because there's a broad surface area on the bath bomb itself. When you're done, it will float rather than sink. So we're going to start off like we start off all the time. And we're just going to sprinkle a little bit of mix down in the bottom and give it a shake, because these molds consist of a plate, a plunger, and an outer shell. So your bottom plate is going to have your impression, and then you have a plunger, and of course your outer shell. So you stick your bottom plate into the inside of your shell, and then you're just going to sprinkle a little bit of mix, and you're going to give some gentle pushes with your finger, because we want that impression to come out once we unmold everything. Just lightly. We don't want to cram it down in there too much. If you overpack it, it's going to be a bear trying to unmold. So you just want to loosely sprinkle your powder and shake along the way so that any cracks and crevices that are present will get filled with your bath bomb mix. And then take your plunger, it's just the shape of the mold, stick it on the top, and we're going to give some presses. Press and turn. Press and turn. All right, now pick up the entire thing. Let me get rid of that excess. You can tap around the outside of the shell if you want to. It's not really necessary, but you can if you want to. Doing that will loosen up any of the mix that got down in between your plunger and your plate inside of the shell. All right, now give some taps on the top plunger. Turn it over, and we're going to do some taps on the bottom plate. Now there's two different ways that you can unmold things. Lots of people do it a lot of different ways. And if you ask 10 people, how do you unmold a 3D bath bomb mold, you're going to get 10 different answers. That doesn't mean that my way is the right way or the wrong way, and the way that other people do it isn't the right way or the wrong way. It's hard for me to explain that. It's right for that person. The way I do it is right for me. If it doesn't work for you, try a different way. What I usually do is try to lift up and out by taking my fingers on the bottom, put my thumb on the top, and then pushing up and removing both pieces. If that doesn't work for you, or if you're finding that too complicated, then just go ahead and put your mold down, hold the top part while taking your fingers underneath the shell and just remove the shell. So either way works. Works really easy too. So now, if you're looking at this, you can see the thickness of the plate, or I'm sorry, the plunger. That's how you know that that's the plunger, because the bottom plate is thinner, right? So we're going to start by taking off that plunger. It's just going to come right off. There's nothing for that to stick to. It's completely flat. Hold on, let me grab my flip plates. All right, so grab a flip plate or a piece of cardboard or whatever you have laying around. Again, there's so many different ways to unmold things, and a lot of people do it a lot of different ways. This is how I do it. This is what works the easiest for me without any breakage, okay? A lot of people will then go ahead and like turn this over and then start tapping on the top, but you have nothing on the bottom to protect your bath bomb. I've seen a lot of cracks and breakage from people doing it that way. So anyways, take whatever it is that you have handy and stick that on the bottom part. And now we're just going to go ahead and gently remove this top plunger. If there's any resistance whatsoever, we're going to give it some more taps. So straight up and off with this plate. All right, and if you get a couple little cracks here or there, it happens. Nobody is perfect, you guys. But there's our angelfish. And you can see it makes a raised impression. So you're gonna have a round, flat puck or disc as the bath bomb, and the impression is going to be raised. And this will allow the bath bomb to float a little bit more easily. All right, so there's that one. All right, next let's do our baby teddy bear. Same situation, you're gonna put that plate on the bottom, sprinkle in your mix, give some presses, continue sprinkling in, shake, sprinkle, shake. It's like rinse and repeat. Sprinkle and shake. Take your plunger, stick it on the top, and give your presses. All right, let's give some taps around that outside shell. Taps on the plunger. You don't have to do a lot because remember, there's nothing keeping this adhered to your bath bomb. It's completely flat. Turn it over and get that bottom plate pretty good. All right, let's get rid of that shell. I clean as I go, you guys. It makes life a whole lot easier in the end. All right, let's turn that over. We're going to remove that bottom plunger, or the top plunger rather. Get your flip plate or your cardboard or whatever, turn that over, right? Try to lift straight up and off with that plate. If there's any resistance, you're just going to have to tap a little bit more. And sometimes you'll get a couple little cracks. I'm always able to just press it back into place. If a little bit of a crack happens, it happens, you guys. It's not the end of the world. It really isn't. And there is our little baby bear. You can see it's a raised impression up off of the top of that puck. But it's really, really cute. These are really cute. I'm actually really enjoying working with these molds. You know, and after we get done painting them and so forth, they're quite lovely.